Community Mindfulness is a weekly 20-minute videocast of guided mindfulness practice. I'm the volunteer leader, Andrea Marion, yoga and mindfulness teacher since 2004. I live and work in Burlington, Vermont. So how does community mindfulness work? Well, you sit quietly and do very little, actually. Follow the suggestions that I give or practice what feels comfortable to you. A focus on the breathing or notice thoughts and let them go. In this non-doing, a natural receptive capacity for awareness and joy arises, however subtle or small. We start to notice that it feels good to be in the present, connected to what's happening. With practice, it's like blowing on a small flame. Mindfulness in everyday living gets stronger and stronger, and we are lucky to have this capacity that builds and supports safety, freedom, peacefulness, and well-being for ourselves and others. There's a sweetness, joy, and beauty in the moment. So let's begin. So we'll start out our practice today with adjusting posture. And you can be seated or lying down in a comfortable position, but somewhere where you can breathe easily, in some position where you can breathe easily. And cast your eyes down or close them, and that helps to reduce, the stimulation and the distractions around. And just notice your sit bones to the seat or the chair or the sofa. And then notice from the sit bones, take your attention from the sit bones to the base of your spine and inhale up the spine and exhale back down to the sit bones. And inhale up the spine, lengthening and lifting, and exhale back down to the sit bones. And do that a couple more times. Just getting settled right here. Very good. And now we're going to go through some stages of mindfulness. These are just suggestions for a technique of mindfulness. So the first one is to notice. Notice in your mind. So notice the thoughts that are coming up in your mind. The auditory thoughts. And just let one thought arise and let it go, almost as if it was a bubble that arose and then just burst into the air. And then another thought. And maybe there's no thought at all to notice. So just allow that emptiness to be. But you're gently and calmly noticing thoughts in your mind. Auditory thoughts. Give your full attention to this, like it was a very important thing to do. Like it had some a little urgency to it. Yes, I really want to do this. I really want to notice a thought that comes up in my mind, an auditory thought. If your mind wanders, that's okay. That's what minds do. Just gently bring it back to noticing auditory thought. You never need be judgmental or frustrated or disappointed with yourself, because there's always another chance to notice what's happening at the moment. And then separate from these thoughts is sensation, sensation in the body, physical or emotional. So switch your attention to sensation. And they're often linked together. We have a thought and it creates a sensation. Or we have a sensation and it creates a thought. And those two things are two separate things. So take your attention into the body and physically feel the body. And then if there's any emotion, check into any emotion, any sense of curiosity or relaxation, or maybe even irritation with the process. But when we practice knowing that the thought and the sensation are two different events, that leads to our third way of mindfulness, which is understanding, seeing clearly. So allow yourself to understand that you have these thoughts and you have these feelings. And they're two separate things. One may lead to the other, but they're not the same thing. Notice a thought, notice a feeling. You may take one breath inhale and exhale to put your attention to the auditory thought. And the next inhale, exhale to put your attention to the feeling, the sensation. If it feels better to just stay with one or the other, go ahead and do that. And you have an understanding that the two are separate. Sometimes we think and feel, and then we think that it's one big thing and it's right and it's absolute. And actually, there's another way, mindful way of looking at it. That there's a thought and there's a feeling. And we can allow ourselves that understanding. And then notice if perhaps through this practice, through this taking a moment to be aware of thought and feeling, perhaps there's some relaxation that's happened for you. The mind settles a little. The body settles a little. The mind doesn't need to hurry from one thing to the next or get stuck on a story. It can be simple. Just noticing a thought. Simple. And the body can let go. Relax into itself. No need to get up and go. There might be some relaxation that comes with this understanding. And then we move to the last stage of observing. So, as if you were sitting on a beach watching the waves, or sitting next to a fire staring into the fire, allow yourself to see yourself in seated or lying down. This could be an image in your mind, or you could just have a global sense of observing what's happening for you in this moment. a soft, open spaciousness of experience of the moment, just observing. No need to make any judgment. How am I doing? Where is this going? But just letting yourself completely be here, here, here in this place, in this present moment. Just observing the beauty of just being. It may even bring a smile to your face. Allow yourself to just be in this moment. Give your attention to observing this moment. Now that you understand that thought and feeling are two different things, and the mind and the body are somewhat settled and relaxed, you can take some time, just a few more moments, to observe. If you get distracted and go off in thought or other sensation, hearing something, come back to this present moment of being and let whatever sounds or thoughts or feelings be part of this present moment. That you allow to open up in front of you as if you're opening a book. And let the present moment be revealed to you as the pages of a book would reveal their contents. If it feels comfortable, you may even open your palms in your lap or on your knees so the palms face upward. Being, holding this moment, observing this moment. Each moment that arises and passes and arises and passes. The moment doesn't stay around like a belief or an opinion or a judgment that we think we have. We just have each moment. And I'll count backward from 5. And when I get to 1, you can open your eyes and start to move around, and mindfulness will be finished for this practice. So 5, 4, just being. 3, 2, and 1. And you can open your eyes and finish your practice and join us each week on Zoom or on the CCTV Town Meeting channel. And if you have any questions about community mindfulness, you can email me at andreamarion193@gmail.com. Thanks for being here.